Welcome to Cruising with Crystal and Marshall. Today I'm going solo so I can show you my guy packing routine. Before I begin, I wanted to let you know that later on in the video, I'll have directions on how to download my two packing lists that work for me. One is a typical 7-day cruise packing list, and another is a longer packing list that I use for transatlantics or 2+ week vacations. So stay tuned and I'll tell you how to get them. Now, on to my first step. Step 1 really starts with envisioning your trip. Now guys, that may seem like silly because it's X amount of days and the weather's going to be warm. But when I say envisioning, I want you to think about the things you'll be doing. Now, 7-day cruises to the Caribbean mean different things for different people. So just a packing list of a generic packing list isn't going to help you. Are you someone who's going to be hanging out at the pool deck and the beach all the time when you have an opportunity? Are you going to be exercising? Do you like to dress up when you're going out to eat? And I mean main dining room or out on an excursion. These are the things when I say envisioning. I want you to get clarity on what really is going to make this trip special. And then you can pack and set up your clothing to augment those special things, what you're trying to get out of it. You know, for me personally, I'm one of those people who loves to spend a little bit of time working out in the fitness room or the gym. So I have to pack to prepare for that. And it really is important because that 45 minutes I spend each day, for me personally, makes me feel good enough to go out to eat in the main dining room and not worry about ordering 2 appetizers or 2 desserts. So it works for me. Spend some time thinking about each of those elements that are really going to make your trip special and what you love to do. And get a good sense of the clothing that's going to make you feel comfortable in doing those items. Now that you've envisioned your trip, step 2 is to get down more to the nuts and bolts. That means really making a list. I'm still not a list maker, but when it comes to packing, it's all or nothing. If it doesn't get in your suitcase, you're out of luck. So I do write down the different types of shirts and shorts and you name it, socks, underwear, shoes, and then I'll spend some time thinking about that vision and thinking what it's going to take to make that happen. So I may have 2 of something, and then over the course of a day or so, I'll be like, I think I need 3. Or if I'm taking the exercise route as an example, I'm like, I think I'll need 1 bathing suit, maybe I need 2. Wait a second, some of my exercise shorts, my running shorts, double as bathing suits. And I really treat this more like a game plan. This is my packing game plan now. I've visioned it, and now I'm writing down my game plan of what I want to pack. Of course, you can always make adjustments, just as in the middle of a game, but this is my running game plan to get myself packed and on my vacation, on my cruise. Step 3 is to make sure you have good quality luggage. It's like, what does it matter? It does. If you want to be successful, you need the luggage that's going to hold up. And trust me, over the last 5 or 6 years when I've traveled a lot more than I have in the past, the luggage makes a difference. It gets abused. If you're traveling by plane, it gets shoved in the hold of the plane. Then it gets shoved around the baggage carousel. It gets beat up and your clothes get beat up. This is from experience. I have certainly tried cheap luggage because it always gets beat up anyway. And after 2 or 3 trips, it's torn to pieces and my clothing is messed up, and if someone else's luggage leaks, if I've used cheap luggage, it immediately goes into my baggage and it's not even my leak to worry about. So if you're spending all this time coming up with a good game plan for your clothing, and you're packing, make sure you've got luggage that works. Step 4, don't forget your accessories. Again, seems like a no-brainer. I must have no brain. I've forgotten ties before. I've forgotten a belt before. This goes back to that game plan. Make that list so you can also check it off as it goes in there. I make a list of everything I think I need, and then when I'm packing, I make sure it gets into the bag. Pretty straightforward, but you'd be surprised how many little things you may forget. A rain jacket, a hat, an extra pair of sunglasses, anything that you're gonna pack, add that to your list and focus again on the big items, but also the accessories to make sure that there's nothing you forgot back at home. I'll also add toiletries to the accessories or the small items. I highly suggest, guys, that you have your own bag, whether you want to call it a man bag, a toiletry bag, doesn't matter. Just a bag that you have for all your go-to stuff, whether it's a razor, shaving cream, shaving gel, any other sorts of vitamins that you can pack in one bag that keeps it all together. It's easy to plug and play, put that into either your suitcase, or for me, a lot of times it goes into my backpack, but it's all self-contained. I don't have a bottle here, a bottle there. Definitely think about containing everything in a bag, a man bag, and then you can also unzip it and look through it quickly. And also, once you're on the ship, get set up really fast and you're not trying to find every single bottle of toiletry that you've stuffed somewhere within your luggage. Now we're at the final step, and that's packing up. And you'll see lots of different methods. I'm giving you my guy method that works best because it's quick and I can pack a lot of stuff in there. And that I call roll baby roll. I roll almost everything as tight as I can. And you'll see in a moment when you watch me actually pack my suitcase what I'm talking about. But I can fit a lot of stuff rolling pretty much everything. So, as you say, this is where the rubber meets the road. And I want to show you what I packed for my 14+ day cruise and European return trip. You may have noticed right at the beginning, and I already talked about this, I was packing light, so you only saw 5 pairs of shoes, but that includes flip-flops and sandals, a pair of boat casual shoes, dress shoes, and sneakers. Now I'm going through my active wear, my exercise wear, because that's super important to me. And as we go a little further, you'll see that I've got a variety of pair of shorts. Both there, what you're looking at are the casual shorts that I could wear either to dining or out and about during the day. And I'm also showing now some of the accessories that are there. This may seem very light to you for the amount of time, but both Crystal and I did not want to be schlepping heavy, large suitcases over the cobblestones of Europe. Okay, over on this side are my 4 polos. Those are my go-tos, very flexible, and some printed tees. Other things that you'll see on that bed are my slacks, my casual pants. Of course, everyone needs a pair of sweatpants. And because this is spring in Europe, I had some long sleeve shirts that I normally don't pack for Caribbean cruises. All told, about 50 items, but between shoes and socks and underwear, it's not that many things. And we did do a small wash on the cruise ship. That certainly made it easier for socks and underwear and things. And there's my 1 suit, and I had 3 dress shirts to boot. All right, I'm off and running, trying to pack all this up into a medium-sized suitcase, and you can see me stuffing my shoes full of socks and underwear. And this is my preferred style. My largest shoes go on the bottom towards the outside, and then I start rolling my shirts that will fit, going in between them to create one smooth, relatively smooth level. And And you'll see that in a moment, because I do take a moment to look in there. Level 1. Another level of rolling, and I can go on top of my larger shoes. I believe I am doing my more shirts and shorts. And it's coming together nicely. Rolling tight works terrific, and anything else fit around the outside. So you can see those are my belts. I don't want to roll them and take up room. They can go just around the outside. Now I'm getting some of my long sleeve shirts that are a little larger, but rolling them too. As you can imagine, there will be some wrinkles, but rolling does help. And I take all the clothes out as soon as I get my luggage on the ship, air them out, stretch them out, and then use wrinkle release if needed. All right, I'm getting towards the top, so I am changing it up and trying to just fit my clothes with the space left. As I folded my pants, that left room around the side to do some more rolling. Roll, baby, roll. And as I'm getting ready for my suit jacket and pants, they don't get rolled. Again, I'm trying to maximize and look at the space I have left, and I know I can fit that just on top. Now you'll see my sneakers on the side of the frame. I'm going to wear that, and of course I need clothes to wear onto the cruise ship. I do have some other things, such as those are my sandals that can fit on the side, kind of the opposite of how I started. And my flip-flops can easily fit in the front pouch. Right before I go to the final backpack thoughts, I did promise downloadable packing lists. If you go to our website, cruisingwithcrystalandmarshall.com, on that front page, you'll see a small, quick form to fill out. You'll get a pop-up with 2 downloads. My blank list I use for any cruise, and the other one is one that is filled out pretty much from what you saw me packing today to give you a sense of what I used on my transatlantic cruise. Think of your backpack strategically. It is, for me, the place that all my technology goes. If my toiletries are packed in a bag, a man bag, that goes in there also. And lastly, any travel necessities that I may need in that spur of the moment during a trip, or as you board a cruise ship, you don't have access immediately to your larger luggage. Anything I would need for those first few hours goes in the backpack. Okay, that's a wrap, or shall we say that's a pack. Thank you so much for joining me and seeing exactly how I find packing is easy and comprehensive. And of course, if you found this interesting, like this video. Also, definitely subscribe to let us know this is the type of videos you'd like to see in the future.